So I was giving Nam Phan. Oh. Hey babe, flip that switch. So I was giving Nam Phan this one. This one. It's mine.
Yay!
So I was giving Nam Phan the grand tour of Mayhem Miller Industries, and well, I left the garage open. I also left the door to the back door open. All three of my pups escaped. And when I say pups, I mean 2 cute Pomeranian puppies. And a pit bull named Bricktop. They took a jaunt, walked themselves, strolled, not even with the drone on their neck. Just walked themselves as me and Nam Phan puzzled over what to do. Got in the car, tried to get him that way, didn't work. Nam Phan ushered the Pomeranians with karate-like, foot-like, back into my house. The meathead Bricktop went on his own adventure to the neighbor's house. The neighbor who he eats the fence to get to. Now, I came around the corner and he was at their rear gate, barking, but separated by a gate. The barking intensified into a snarl, where it was, and I said, whoa, this might get sketchy. But at least the gate's in the way. He bumps it with his nose, the gate swings gently open, giving both me a shock and Bricktop a confused face like, oh my God, I can get them now. He jumps in there, snarl. The neighbor's wife goes crazy. The neighbor's in his underwear, his beer belly, just on, Scott's got a belly, okay? But I like his Under Armour. They look good.
Tight.
So,
It's tight.
I forgot Nam Phan was there to see the underwear incident.
Guys,
No, I'm not done with the story, man. Okay, so he bumps in there. I said, man, this is gonna be bloody. This is gonna be bloody. Because, you know, Bricktop is a beast. 100 pounds. That dog over there is like 40 and 2/10. So we got featherweight versus a heavyweight. But no. They just were doing this at each other. Just showing off. Just sparring. And Bricktop put the smack down like boom, boom. He said, look at that, Dad. I'm a martial artist.
I heard the lady screaming.
My name is Jason Mayhem Miller. Welcome to the Nam Phan Show.
Yay!
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 That's a gift.
Hey guys, welcome back to the episode of the Nam Phan JMMA Show. We have here the one, the only, the fittest, Jason Miller here. Yeah! Hello Jason, how you doing? Can you please introduce yourself for the people who don't know who you are, sir?
I'm Mayhem. Jason Mayhem Miller.
Thank you.
So I mean, are you rolling?
Yes, yeah, I am.
No, I mean, you roll.
Alright. Jason, how old were you and how did you start in martial arts?
I've never been not a martial artist in a way. From the age of like, I'm 3. One of my first memories is beating up Georgie. Yeah, this kid, he wanted to fight me when I was 3. And it was one of my first memories. Like, I came online while I was beating him up, like giving him the business, ground and pound, the best of Miller knew how at 3. And woke up in the locusts, like ran and hid in that tall elephant grass, and locusts just covered the sky. And so it was like very terrifying while I was hiding. All these, I roused the locusts up, they covered the sky like a nightmare, like the apocalypse, like one of the great plagues. And then Georgie said I bit him, but I didn't bite him. And my mom proved it by showing the bite pattern. Georgie bit himself to get me in more trouble. But he took my Tonka truck, and he deserved every punch that he got. Now, that was at 3 years old. My dad went to Korea to protect the border there, North and South Korea, for the U.S. Army, and sent me a Taekwondo gi when I was about, I want to say before 10, maybe 8. So then I had some formalized training. Wore the gi, did, front kicks, side kicks, things that later like resulted in shaping my style as a mixed martial artist. And those times were just beautiful to, be part of something bigger than myself. Like, I grew up on an army base, and the army was already, I already spoke army. Like, my father would talk to me like a soldier. And that mentality, he had trained me on like combat a little bit, when I was like a wee lad. But then later, I got into Taekwondo first, and then I, realized like, oh, okay, well, there's these techniques to use that I can stop them from getting to me. Front kick, side kick, front kick, side kick. And since I was like overgrown for my age, they put 2 kids to fight me with wearing Taekwondo belly pad, What do you call this thing, man?
Chest protector.
No, I know chest protector. It's gotta be a Korean word. We gotta talk.
I'm not Korean. I don't know.
You're not Korean.
No, I'm
Chinese, yeah.
From Westminster. You're Vietnamese.
Thai?
Vietnamese.
Asian? Sri Lankan.
Sri Lankan. They're like an Indian, right? Yeah.
Sorry, Vietnamese people. I love Vietnam fan. Well, you need to be the first man to make a Vietnamese martial art. Now, I think your style could be called Vietnamese MMA. But don't block off all the white people from learning your techniques, okay? I want dirty Brazilians. Now, I sparred with 2 little kids at the same time, and those front kicks they taught me worked. I kicked them away. The GIs who were running the program were cracking up. Everybody was busting up laughing at the fat little boy kid beating up 2 kids at the same time. And so I had a propensity for martial arts, like, it's in the blood. I built, we all are descended from fighters, some which way. And it's just, I was, localized, war fighters. My dad really instilled that sense of discipline to work towards a goal and try to accomplish it no matter, what. No matter the pain you got to go through. At the end of the day, you're going to win the objective. So, it was easy for me to step sideways. Now, my parents, they didn't give a shit because they didn't really see martial arts as a path, and it wasn't at the time that I took it. It was not a path to take. Nowadays, there's formalized leagues, and it was, by the time I was, I took a break from martial arts until about 8th grade. I was wrestling a little bit, but just with the team members in a field. Like, you know, we would have these little matches before I even got in high school. And I was a, you know, street fighter. Like, that was my neighborhood. And I had to, you know, protect myself and figure out some strategies and, you know, self-defense strategies. Because, you know, when you're the only white kid at the black school, you gotta have your eyes open and your head on the swivel. You know, like, gotta make sure, because, you know, you don't know who you made mad because you stole a basketball, and then, you know, petty kid things.
What state was it in?
This was North Carolina. Yeah, so not many people know that I'm from North Carolina. I don't think I have the accent. Do I? I don't know, you know. But North Carolina really formed me. Fort Bragg, North Carolina. It really like turned me into who I was gonna become, because, you know, when you're outcast and awkward already to all the white kids, it's even, you know, it's like a bigger challenge for them. You know, and then I just became friends with all the black kids because, you know, I was a similar socioeconomic condition. I was, you know, funny and tough, and so that they, you know, welcomed me in. Now, my martial arts friends picked back up about 9th grade after I told that story 100 times where I beat up 3 kids at the skate park, and that same summer, a buddy showed me, you know, what he was doing, Taekwondo, yeah, and which I already, you know, had at least got a yellow belt, and then he was learning jiu-jitsu via tapes. So thank you, Gracie in Action and Choke, and, you know, all those videotapes, VHS, that are now, you know, very available on YouTube, I'm sure, unless the copyright is taken down. But, you know, I hope people are still spreading those old school messages of, you know, like the true martial arts, you know, respect for your sensei kind of mentality that helps you on your martial arts journey achieve things quicker. And, you know, it was a blessing in disguise. At the time, I was going through tough times, you know, but then I got into martial arts. And in 9th grade, I hated how the wrestling scene fit me. So I did jiu-jitsu because I wore a gi, and I wore, you know, it was like a weird thing that happened. I realized, Hoist Gracie, this style, if you can last, you can get the guy, you can finish the fight, you can win, you can survive. So it really appealed to, you know, my sense of, you know, my nature, you know, and I just went on a rampage, tried to like find like every tape I could, and man, that was the most beautiful time where, you know, opportunity met excitement, and I was just pumped and trying to learn every move and see what worked the best, and you know, see if I could escape a triangle choke, see if I could, you know, take a guy down right into an arm bar, you know, or, you know, judo. That was the big one. So, you know, there wasn't a jiu-jitsu school on every block, but there was a judo school in my town. So I quit wrestling in 9th grade because I didn't like the outfit, but by 10th grade, I was full like jiu-jitsu head. Like, yeah, I'm gonna choke you, this and that. And I you know, I remember some kid asking me to spar before I did jiu-jitsu, and I turned him down because I was like, man, I don't want to get a nice shirt dirty, you know? And looking back, I missed that sparring session. I could have learned, you know, because he knew more than me, and I, you know, turned it down, and that by the next summer I would spar anybody who wanted to spar. I wanted to spar you, and I wanted to train, wanted to try, wanted to, you know, learn as much as I could. I had my white belt on mentally and physically, and was just, you know, exploded with techniques you know, the learning just soaked right into me. And, you know, I already had a natural tendency toward rear naked choke. Because if old Sergeant Miller grabs you in the Miller headlock, you ain't getting out for like, well, until he lets you go. Because it's, you know, built into me. Now, when I figured out, when I learned the rear naked choke, man, I'll just jump on your back and choke you. And I was 17, you know. That was the big turning point when I decided I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. Like, I'm a professional fighter. And I became one. I said I was 18, and then I went and fought at a pretty big show, 3,000 people in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And you know, that was a you know, road trip from North Carolina, and I was hooked after that. You know, I just took the guy down and gave him the business for 8 minutes, because back then, an 8-minute round, he couldn't get me a triangle, he couldn't get me any moves. I had already studied, and by 17, I was a full devoted mixed martial artist.
Okay, next question, sir. How did you first get involved in the Japanese mixed martial arts scene?
Well, the first way I was involved with Japanese mixed martial arts was a sparring partner for Rampage Jackson. Now, Quentin was just some young, dumb hick, just like me. We're both country boys who had just moved to California, and we were at training camp at Big Bear, and I got along with them like immediately, like we were bros. And the Arona Slam, I was the first recipient of that in the training room. You know, I let go of the damn thing and splashed on the ground, but you know, I think he was being nice in training too. But he picked me straight up off the mat, and I had never seen anybody do it before. So I was like, whoa! After that day, I hooked under his leg, did the you know, the counter to the counter to the counter. But yeah, that's the first way, and it was this big dream to get over there and train with, or fight Sakuraba. You know, get some revenge for that time he got Rampage. And it was like always in the back of my head, you know, when you're a teammate with the guy, you know, and you know everything about him pretty much. You spar him, you know every move he makes inside the ring after, you know, 10,000 hours. But yeah, that's the first way I was indirectly related to Japanese martial arts, because Quentin had his Pride contract and was, you know, going back again. He put on such a good performance, even in a loss, that they said, you know what, you're hired. And they, you know, they gave him, man, he had a fantastic career in Japan. So I'm real proud of Quentin, and I love the man. He's a next level human being. But his left hook is pretty mean. He's got me with it a couple times. Yeah, I'd like to think that I contributed to a lot of those wins. You know, even when I wasn't in training camp. You know, because we gave each other some skills that benefited us, and that's how a good teammate is. Is that what you're asking, or you're asking the real question? How I finally got into Japan? That's what you're asking? Clarify your question, man.
I think that's good, sir.
Well, I mean, that's indirect. We can talk about later how, you know. I mean, if not.
Because your first fight in Japan is Sakuraba?
Every time you say Sakuraba, I got it.
Okay. Alright. I think that's good, sir. I think that's good. Yay! Okay, next question. What do you think of the current state of Japanese mixed martial arts and its future?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I'm not involved with today's Japanese mixed martial arts. I would like to be, but I'm in California and I'm here. And I quit social media so I don't get the feed. If somebody calls me, if Ryo Chonin gives me a call and then tells me and briefs me on the new state of Japanese mixed martial arts, then I'll become involved and will study everyone in the business and everyone fighting currently. But I mean, I'm out. Like right now, I'm real far away from Japan. Like I love Japan, and I will go back to Japan if they'll have me. But I'm focused on California, focused on the United States right now. It's a hard time in the United States. So I think that we need to bridge that gap. I think Japanese mixed martial arts can be back into this like booming, because you know, trends come from Japan a lot of times. So, and people don't even realize it, that they have an advanced culture. I mean, let's just say advanced society, that their culture is rapid fire and things change rapidly. So there can be a new organization, there can be a new show, there can be, everything can change overnight in Tokyo. Tokyo never sleeps. You think New York never sleeps? I can get a bowl of ramen at 4 o'clock on a Sunday morning. So, you know, it's a different timeline that they're living on. And what I would like to see is a call back to the old school, but with a new school twist. And that's my hope, you know, for Japan. I'm really interested to get back on the internet and see how things are out there. Today, Japan, tomorrow, the world.
This is going to be the last general question. Who inspired you as a fighter?
It was a real big dream, you know, because I knew how strong and tough and, you know, amazing athlete, real good fighter that Rampage was. Sakuraba. Sakuraba. He always found a way. It was beautiful. Injured, hurt, paid, nothing. He would just continue forward until he found a way. You know, he tapped out all the Gracies. Because why? He figured out a way. Very clever. I always like, you know, there's guys with crazy knockout power. There's guys who like do submissions real good. There's guys who, you know, their game plan is their whole thing. But for him, it was constant improvisation. Improv. And he would just, okay, this isn't working, go to this. This doesn't work, go to that. Keep trying different combinations. Keep trying different techniques to then finally find the win. You know, a fight it's like this real tangled roadmap, you know, when you study it. Of, oh, we did this, we went over here and did this, and then we did this, we grappled some, then there was a striking exchange. And if you can continue to scramble and make new opportunities, well then sometime you're gonna win. You're gonna find the finishing move. You're gonna find the knockout. If you don't commit to a certain like fixed game plan, when you're willing to throw your game plan out the window, change your mind and do something better, I believe it brings you success and gives the people what they want. They don't want to watch you hug each other. They want to watch you scramble. They want to watch you move. They want to watch you attempt a submission. Oh, you didn't get it? Well, then try again. Don't stall. Oh, yellow card. That's what makes Japan so beautiful. Is they have an intelligent system, for fights like that. It's not the old school. It's the new school.